In this video, we're going to help you with your video game development planning by reviewing the 6 best game engines that are completely free. We are Ask Game Dev, and here are 6 of the best free game engines that you can use to make games in 2018. Welcome back! If you're new to Ask Game Dev, we make videos to help you learn about the games industry so that you can elevate your games and inspire others. If you're on a game dev journey, consider subscribing. We'd love to help you out along the way. It's 2018, and what a time to be alive for gamers. We finally have real VR, we're spoiled with the amount of indie games released each month, we're carrying Nintendo's flagship console with us on the go, and we can now play games with other players across different platforms. This would be unheard of back in the day. But do you know what the greatest thing is? Today, we have all these amazing tools at our disposal to actually create games, and they're free. With that, let's get on to some free game engines. The following 4 engines are completely free. There are no licenses to buy, no subscriptions to pay for, no royalty fees, and you can use them to make commercial games. The first engine on this list is a direct response to our last video on game engines, Video Game Maker, 7 game engines you can use right now to start making games. At the end of that video, we asked you to leave comments on other game engines, and we received tons of comments about game engine number 1 on our list, Go.Engine. Thank you again to the Ask Game Dev community for all of the responses. Godot is a powerful open source game engine that includes dedicated 2D and dedicated 3D engines. It's completely free and open source under the very permissive MIT license. In terms of languages, it supports C#, C++, and its own language, GDScript, which is a Python-like scripting language. It also has an amazing community supporting its growth with over 700 patrons on Patreon. You can download it on Steam for free, and as of this week, it's rated very positive, with 97% of its reviews being positive. Some games made using Godot are The Interactive Adventures of Dog Mendonça and Pizza Boy, A Game of Changes, Steno Arcade, and Chaos in Deponia. The next engine on our list comes to us from one of the biggest companies in the world, Amazon. Yes, the company that owns Twitch also has its very own game engine. Amazon Lumberyard is a free, cross-platform AAA game engine. It's also deeply integrated with Amazon Web Services and Twitch, meaning if your game requires cloud-connected features or has a Twitch component, Lumberyard may be a perfect solution. Amazon earns revenue when studios use AWS for their games, but if you have your own private servers or are making a traditional single-player or local multiplayer game and not using AWS, you can still use Lumberyard completely for free. Some Amazon Lumberyard titles include Star Citizen, The DRG Initiative, and Kafence. The next 2 engines on this list focus on 2D game development. This next one has been around for over a decade. We're talking about Cocos 2D. Cocos 2D-X is an open source framework written in C++. Like Go.Engine, it's also under the MIT license. Cocos 2D-X is primarily used to build 2D games and apps, and supports skeletal animation, sprite sheet animation, coordinate systems, multi-resolution devices, tile maps, particles, and more. Some popular Cocos 2D-X titles are Badland, Geometry Dash, and Dragon City. And lastly, you might remember this one from our last video, Corona. Like Cocos 2D, it's free and a great option to make 2D games for mobile. In terms of ease of use, Corona uses a simple scripting language called Lua. Corona has a very intuitive interface and is great for beginners who want to start learning about game development. One other great thing about Corona is that it has its own marketplace where you can buy assets and plugins that will help you with things like analytics and monetization. Some popular Corona titles are Gunman Taco Truck, Hopico, and Designer City. There you have it, 4 game engines that you can use right now to make commercial games completely for free. Between Corona, Cocos 2D, Godot, or Lumberyard, you should be covered to make any type of game you can imagine. Want to make a mobile puzzle game? A retro platformer? A 3D adventure? An interactive novel? How about a battle royale game? These engines have you covered. Now let's talk about 2 popular engines that are free to use for certain circumstances, and, depending on your situation, may be a way for you to use world-class engine technology for no cost. Both are fully featured and free for beginners and hobbyists. We'll go over the licenses of each and let you know how you can use each one to create and even sell games for free. The first engine on this list is also one of our favorites, Unity. Unity might be the most flexible of the bunch. With Unity, you can create 2D and 3D games. You can release games on PC, Mac, mobile, and console, including the beloved Nintendo Switch. In terms of ease of use, Unity does have a very user-friendly drag-and-drop interface, but it would be wise to learn C# to get the most out of the engine. Another great thing is that Unity has its own asset store filled with 3D models, animations, tools, plugins, and more. We love Unity because it's quick to prototype with and you can get set up very quickly. So how can you use it for free? Use the Unity Personal License. With the Personal License, you can create and distribute games given any of the following conditions. 1. You work for a company that has earned less than $100,000 US in the previous fiscal year, including funds raised. 2. You are a hobbyist and not using Unity for commercial work. Or 3. You're a freelancer that has earned less than $100,000 USD in the previous fiscal year. Some of our favorite or most anticipated games that have been made with Unity include Lara Croft Go, Cuphead, Harold Halibut, Unruly Heroes, and In the Valley of the Gods. And last, but not least on our list, is Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is the cream of the crop when it comes to performance. Teams use Unreal to make high-end AAA 3D titles. While it's definitely not a beginner's engine, it's the engine that you want to use if you have your sights set on creating a AAA experience. Unreal supports an impressive array of functionality right out of the box, and is particularly strong in developing high-quality visuals. Unreal also has a huge developer community and an extensive plugin and content marketplace to help you along the way. So how do you use Unreal Engine for free? Well, it's free off the bat. You only start paying for Unreal when you begin generating revenue of over $3,000 per quarter. Some amazing Unreal Engine games include Astroneer, Ruiner, Jump Stars, and Extinction. There you have it, 6 game engines in total that cover anything you'd ever want to make. These free engines, along with the graphics and audio applications that we talked about in our previous video on great free development software, are everything you need to start making games today, for no cost. All you need is a great game idea, the follow-through to design it, and the commitment to learn. Good luck on your game dev journey. Thanks for watching. We are Ask Game Dev, and we make videos on games, the game industry, and more. If you like our content, please subscribe. Which one of these engines will you try? Leave us a note in the comments and let's chat about it.